Hey guys, Marcin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we are going to talk a little bit about part 3 of the anniversary and when we could be expecting that to start, as it is going to be very, very soon, and we should start seeing some news coming out as well. We did not get anything earlier this morning, or last night if you're in the US, but we are expecting the next set of EZAs fairly soon based on previous anniversaries, and so I would expect the tweets for those to be out sometime this week, so we could see those at any time. Now we're going to go over the dates from last year. You can see here we've got the 9th anniversary part 3 started on the 22nd, and as we've talked about in previous videos, most of these dates for like the anniversaries and other celebrations have been out by out by a day, because obviously, you know, the way the days of the year spread are different across each year from the number to the weekday. So the 22nd this year would be a Saturday. Content very often drops, or like parts of celebrations start and things like that, on a Friday, which would be Friday the 21st. I think that's when we can expect the celebration to start, and there are a few things that we can see to indicate that, as well as some of the things we can expect to see. We're going to go over here in this video, so make sure you guys do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're getting closer and closer to 30k subs on the channel, so it'd be great to hit that if we can before the anniversary officially comes to an end. Getting closer and closer every day, so shout out to all you guys. But yeah, the 22nd was when it started last year, so I think the 21st being a Friday makes perfect sense for this year. I believe part 2 was the same thing, where it was like a day out that part 2 officially began. And we got a couple of different things that we can look at to see here. So if we switch over to the Dokkan info thing here, this is from when the update was added on JP for the anniversary part 3 on for last year, for the 9th anniversary. You can see start date the 22nd again. Now, to be fair, for me, this is at 6 a.m. GMT, so in terms of US time, it actually would have been the evening of the 21st, and this is talking about missions for part 3, and then it also mentions the EZA for the Gogeta. Now, it does say the event missions begin on the 29th, but if we go over to this thing here, this is the actual like part 3 anniversary celebration stuff. This date changes because they do often do the thing even now where when they add in like an EZA, they update the celebration info, so then the date changes to whenever it was last updated. But you can see here, as we look down, the info for, you know, this is where they would have added in like the new stage for the Beerus thing. Actually, I think then they extended it because there was some kind of issue with it on JP, I believe. And then the start of the month has the skill orb packs and the key packs. But you can see here, 22nd of the 2nd, we got the banners because the tickets became available to use in part 3. It's a very cool thing about this anniversary, the fact that the tickets were available to use basically straight away, and we've still got more to come, but you can use the ones that you've already got, which is cool. And then obviously the Dokkan festivals, the 3+1s I think ran out at this point, so they just became the normal banners. But then you can see here on the first day of part 3 we got more stages for the 9th anniversary battle. I believe it was the last stages, so we should see those being added. Of course, this anniversary battle has more stages than the previous one because we have stages for all the part 2 characters. More stages for the blue zone, which obviously we would be expecting. Burst mode, of course, RIP, not a... actually, no, sorry, burst mode. What am I thinking? It's not chain battle. Burst mode would be certainly interesting. That came out on the 22nd as well. And then a bunch of the other stuff came out a little bit later on. The EZAs, however, for the 6 years were on the 22nd. So basically, day 1 of when part 3 of the anniversary started, we got the EZAs for UI Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta. So obviously people very, very excited for the EZAs for the 7 years. Whether they will be the first ones that drop out of everything we're expecting or not remains to be seen, but these EZAs came out on day 1 of part 3 starting. So if it does indeed start this Friday, then we should see some EZAs then. The other big clue that we have is the Porunga Dragon Balls, right? This has been going on throughout the entire anniversary. This is the only time they've ever done this, where the whole set of 7 Dragon Balls is collected across the whole celebration rather than one a day and then there being 3 sets across like 3 weeks. As you can see, these started around the time the anniversary began. There were 3 available, then we got 2 more available, and then the final 2 are available on the 21st, which makes sense for that to be day 1 of part 3 beginning. So make sure you do these. It's funny that obviously we've had all the banners already for the big new summonable characters, and one of the missions is Dokkan Awaken any character, but obviously one of the big things that will be coming with part 3 will be the extra stages for the story stages for the free-to-play cards, so that you can awaken Demon King Piccolo and the Trunks, right? So that'll be easy to do even if you don't have any summonable characters to awaken, and then clear any stage with a team of every type, so one of each typing, AGL, Tech, etc. Very easy to get those last 2. They'll both be available on day 1 of part 3. Very much looking forward to seeing what the wishes are going to be. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to make a separate video about this to drop like the day before it comes out or something, because I really am interested to see, because it's been a whole anniversary wide thing. I'm expecting the wishes to be something really, really good, because the Porunga wishes are normally decent enough, but you get 3 sets of them. Whereas these, you only get the 1 across an entire celebration. So I'm expecting some good stuff. Decent amount of stones, maybe even 50, be kind of crazy for one of the wishes. What would be really good would be for a wish for the rainbow tickets, if it just straight up gave you 10, which would then be a ticket multi on any one of the banners. That would be absolutely wild if that was one of the rewards. And then I can still see there being things like there's always a wish to give you Kais, but this big one could obviously be something like, you know, 10 of each type Kai and 10 full-on Elder Kais maybe even as well. Like, I'm expecting maybe juiced up versions of the normal wishes. But something like the rainbow tickets would obviously be very, very cool. And so, yeah, the main thing that we'll be looking forward to is the EZAs. I know people are looking forward to more content that actually gives stones, because we've had a lot of super EZAs recently. But, you know, we're expecting the 7-year EZAs. Hopefully these guys are going to be very, very good. I know people are a little bit concerned after the Namek Goku and Full Power Frieza EZAs. A lot of people not super happy with like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Super EZA. But I mean, these guys, they have such an exceptional base kit. I feel like Dokkan would have to try really, really hard to fumble these guys. I'm really excited to see what they do with them, especially with their leader skill, because they will be the first 200% leader characters to get an EZA. Now that we know how the new leader skills work, I'm kind of expecting that their EZA will just make the additional 30% to Kamehameha into 50%. So there'll be a 220 lead, because it's only for 1 category. And then obviously the 2 combine, right, for 220. So that doesn't suddenly make them like have the best leader skills in the game. Although, I mean, these guys, Power Beyond, Super Saiyan and Movie Heroes plus Kamehameha was always a great team, right? Like, the gods always had a much better leader skill than Gogeta, but I could see that going up to plus 50%. But you've also got to remember that from the roadmap, we still have the 2 slots for Saiyan Saga, which should almost certainly be Kaioken Goku and Giant Ape Vegeta. Very interested to see how well these guys are going to look after their EZA, because this guy, he's underrated as a pick for an EZA, I think, because his EZA, if he's actually good, like, he could be really, really good, because he could be a solid slot 1 unit, right? Like, he has guard, he gets a buff like after he's been hit. If they actually give him some better, like, you know, better defense, maybe a bit of damage reduction, especially if he has higher defense or damage reduction, some kind of boost before attacking, he could be a really good slot 1 unit. He has an AoE. Currently, he really only gets used as like a filler on the World Tournament team. But he is a giant 8 power character, so that's, of course, a buff for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku team. But of course, being a Vegeta, he's also on Successors, he's on Pure Saiyan, so he's on like these leader skills for some of the other anniversary LRs. In fact, he's on Battle of Fate as well. So he's on every one of the LR leader skills apart from, what, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, because he's not on full power, and then Universe Survival Saga Vegeta, but he's on the other 4 leader skills, so he could be pretty good with a good EZA. And then Kaioken Goku, I mean, his kit is not exactly the greatest to start with, but I could see them giving him an EZA similar to like Tech Broly, where he just becomes an even harder hitting, like, monster damage unit, but his defense is not necessarily the best. Like, Tech Broly will get you killed in some of the new difficult events if he's the one that takes a super, but if he doesn't, he's sat there throwing out like 50, 60, 70 mil attack stats. So this Goku could be very good if he gets that kind of build, you know, full on glass cannon. Otherwise, hopefully they just give him a decent amount of defense to offset the damage that he does and make him worth running on the team. Especially because you lose 4% HP on the 18 key super, which isn't a lot, but I've never been a huge fan of characters that make you lose HP on super. And then, of course, remember, we do also have the up in the air, what's going on with the potential for AGL, Blue Evolution Vegeta, potentially getting a Super EZA, and then Physical GT Goku getting an EZA, because these two are the characters that got the unique skill orbs from the Training in the Clouds event, which they mentioned on the live stream. The rewards from that event, or the skill orbs that were in the shop for that event, were for characters that are going to EZA during this celebration. So, as there's only one Super slot and one GT slot on the roadmap, that could be these two guys getting their EZAs when Part 3 starts, and then these guys could still get an EZA as part of like a surprise EX part. We talked about this on the podcast, right, where they kind of show the roadmap fully completed, and then they zoom out and add an extra slot or two, because remember, Dragon Ball GT is on the far left and Dragon Ball Super is on the far right. They could zoom out and just add an extra slot like on each side and be for the anniversary LRs. I don't think something like that, doing a hype reveal where they add to the roadmap, would be kind of wasted on characters like these, because even though their Super EZA and EZA could be really good, they wouldn't be the super hype, like, you know, oh my god moment if they expanded the roadmap just to add these two characters in. So I could see these two getting their EZAs when Part 3 starts, and then these guys come as like the big surprise extra EZA that wasn't on the roadmap for like the EX part or something. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. But like I say, all evidence that we have so far, based on last year and then based on the start of the missions, especially for the Porunga Dragon Balls being the big one, everything we know so far points to Part 3 officially starting on the 21st, and we should see some new stages for some of the events and potentially 2 more EZAs or Super EZAs dropping on that day as well, and that is this Friday. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What do you think we will see? Do you think it is starting on the 21st? I think, like I say, everything points in that direction, but let me know your thoughts. What do you want to see? Would you want to see the 7-year EZAs drop now, or are they going to drop at the end as like a big surprise to finish the celebration? I say surprise, but a big hype reveal to finish the anniversary. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. And let me know how your luck has been so far with the anniversary. Have you got the characters? Have you enjoyed the events? Let me know everything about your thoughts and feelings on the 10th anniversary down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.